want to put a few thoughts out there. I've been I don't know, I've been having a gut feeling, I guess you could say. Seen a few things today. I want to direct you on over, if you haven't been there yet, to go watch Hutch Homestead's video. He got a great message in there, pretty powerful, in my opinion. If you're on the same mindset, it kind of hits home. A lot of stuff going on these days, and I mean, we all kind of touch in on it here and there, and it seems like more and more piles up than what we can even try to keep up with. And well, Hutch in his video was talking about, you know, what is it going to do you any good if all you're doing is just stacking and stocking? Because we're really getting to kind of a line in the sand moment. You know, a lot of people out there, they're doing a lot of talk, but I mean, compared to other countries, we definitely aren't seeing anything here. And whether you're for or against the jab or this or that, that's whatever. I mean, I got no problem with anybody either way. It's just another way for them to really try to push that divide. And they kept doing, you know, the whole right and left, color, all different kinds of divides. And they eventually just started to not really get the effect they want. So now they're going to push this, the have and the have-nots. Because as you're seeing in New York, if you got it, they're gonna let you do this or that, and if not, well, oh well, sorry for you. So that's really what they're gonna start trying to push, is the have and the have-nots. Now, it's really funny how everything seems to, even though a lot of people have already referenced this, how Orwellian everything is really starting to look. I mean, it really is crazy if you think about it. You know, 1984 was always funny the way they, a lot of people talked about that book. And to me, it was funny because I was born in 1984, so I eventually read it. And the similarities between what's going on now and what goes on in that thing, well, they can be downright worrisome. I'm not going to use other words because I'm not scared of pretty well anything. And a lot of people will say that, but I mean, I'm a man of my word, and I try to hold up to that. God decided He wasn't going to take me 4 years ago, so when He's ready, it'll be my time whether I want to or not. But when it's my time, I'm going to be on my feet. A lot of us out there are going to have to make that decision. A lot of us out there are going to have to decide where we stand. And I'm not going to hold it against anybody whatsoever that does what they think is best, or, you know, they're trying to push all this stuff that hasn't even been approved yet, and they're telling you you have to take it. I'm not an anti-shot person or anything like that. I mean, I've got pretty well all my up-to-date shots. I've never been one to take a flu shot because, well, I'll just get the flu and go on with it if I get it. I haven't gotten that in a long time, to be honest. But of course, with that, they got to change that every year just to try to keep up with it. So it's funny how they're pushing this so hard with a new variant being out there, when what they're pushing is based off the old one. I don't know. There's a lot of really watch the right hand while the left hand slaps you upside the head kind of stuff going on right now. And I got a feeling there's a lot more to come. There's a lot going on right now overseas, as I'm sure many know. A lot of people are trying to put their 2 cents in on it. And for anyone that has served or is serving, full respect to you. Anybody that does anything like that, anybody that's a first responder, a police officer, firefighter, working in a hospital, I mean, full respect to you. I don't know how else I can put it other than that. A lot of people don't understand the things that you see or the things that you do what you got to help others and keep others safe. And know that some of us out there do understand. And that while things get crazy and they try to say many different things, there's still a lot of us out here that have got your back. So even as this progresses and goes even further, there's a lot of us that stand with you. There's also a bunch out there in uniform that need to make sure they remember that oath they took. And they're here to protect the people, to help the people. And the people also need to remember that, well, that's what they're here for. To try to help us, to protect us, to do what's right for us. And people, when they made this country and fought and died and bled and did all the things they did so we could have our freedoms, just like many people still do today to try to make sure that we have our freedoms. They had a very surprisingly keen insight on the future. A lot of people try to think that they were backwoods and didn't know what they were doing, but they wrote the things they did knowing that things would change, that things would progress, that eventually on down the road, the people of this great nation will be looking at something very similar to what they were looking at and what they were trying to separate themselves from. Now, before anybody gets all their underwear in a bunch or anything like that, I'm not calling for anybody to do anything. Don't do anything stupid. But the time is coming when you're going to have to make a choice. Are we just going to keep rolling over and getting pushed around? Are we going to finally say that's enough? I kind of keep using the reference of I can only keep pushing a dog in a corner so far and keep kicking that dog until he eventually snaps and bites back. And that's what they're afraid of. Don't ever let them tell you otherwise. They're afraid of the people. They're afraid of all of us. Because they know, and that's why they try to keep us separate and keep that division going. Because they know if we ever come together, the force like which they've never dealt with, and that other countries dared not to deal with. It wasn't necessarily the government that many countries have been afraid of when it comes to this nation. It's us, it's we, the people. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, of which is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's funny how they're kind of trying to do all they can to take all of them away. The Constitution does not give us our freedoms. Our freedoms were given to us by our Creator. They just put it down on paper saying that, hey, no matter what, doesn't nobody have the right to try to take them from us. But yet that's exactly what they're trying to do. Sorry, the neighbor come out here and started mowing, so I had to cut it for a minute. But as I was saying, it's real funny how they think they can take our freedoms from us. They're not the ones that hold the power. We do. They keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Not just, And they do it to themselves too. I mean, somebody can call me a bootlicker or whatever. I don't really care. People's opinions don't matter to me. Growing up, I was told opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one and they all stink. Same reason I don't assume things. Told it always makes an ass out of you and me. Now with Potato doing the things he's doing right now, he's making the whole nation look like an ass. While I was inside while the neighbor was mowing, saw the video where he's trying to justify things going on right now over there. So that way he can take a little bit of the heat off himself. Just like, since there's so much heat on it right now, you watch. I'd be willing to bet something sparks up somewhere. Just something will happen. That whole watch one hand while the other slaps you thing. Get somebody's attention in a different direction, so that way it's not looking at him anymore. But as I was saying, it's real funny how they think that they can take our freedoms. They didn't give them to us. They were given to us by God Himself, whatever that may be for you or however you feel. And they weren't given to us by the government. Any power that the government has was given to it by the people. And that's why it's scared of the people. Something's just gonna miraculously happen to get everybody's attention off of him. It's gonna be real funny how it seems to happen every time something like that goes on. I don't know, folks. Where do you all stand? What's your opinion on things? Go ahead and leave a comment below on what's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and end the rant here. Just that gut feeling that something big's coming down the pike. And I pray that all of y'all are trying to do something to be ready. We all need to be able to look towards each other and depend on each other, rely on each other. It's time to get rid of the division, because they're gonna push it, the have and the have-nots. Anyway, folks, do all you can to keep on stocking, all the things. Do the work too. Train all you can, pass down the knowledge to everybody that you can, share any information, teach people. And this is the Silverback with Silverback Preparedness. Y'all stay humble.